Hi there, welcome to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is Skinomics2, and this video covers the 21st to 27th of October. Now the headlines of the week. First, I want to bring another update to the Armory Pass items and their profitability. It has been 2.5 weeks since the items of the pass have become tradable. Only the stickers and the gallery case have remained profitable to redeem this week. Of note, the heat-treated deagle has dropped even further to only 33.85 return on average. Overall, I expect these numbers to drop even further as time goes on. Next, I want to talk about selling charms. I went through some of the rarer patterns of charms in last week's update, but people including myself have been selling charms for less than their worth en masse. This week, I accidentally sold a red chicken charm, which is supposed to fetch a premium at the market price by accident. For those that are unaware, each charm has 100,000 patterns, and aspects of each charm can vary depending on the pattern. The best way to check if your particular pattern deserves a premium is to go to buff163 and filter by charm template to find charms in a similar range to yours. Unfortunately, this is not a feature available yet in FloatDB, but you can still try to have a look at various listings on the site to see if one is similar to yours to obtain a price estimate. I also came across a tool this week to inspect charm templates which might be useful for my audiences. The owner of the site reached out to me and he was quite a nice guy. Link is in description. Moving on now. Now I want to talk about something more serious for skin trading. SteamDB has reported on Twitter this week that some regions of the US have required sales tax on market transaction fees. Currently, this is limited to Steam Market and will likely reduce the use of Steam Market even further in those regions for skin trading. However, what I am more worried about is third-party marketplaces. Earlier this year, Skinport in Australia have started to require 10% tax added on top of the entire amount for each transaction, which have effectively stopped the use of the website in the country. I do want to clarify, if taxes were to be implemented, Skinport and other bot websites will likely be the only type of websites which will have tax charged on the entire purchase, whereas for pure peer-to-peer services like the Steam Market, Buff, or FloatDB, the tax will only be charged on the listing fee, like how eBay operates in these nations. Next, let's talk about Valve Anti-Cheat. As reported by Gabe Follower, it was removed and then re-added this week for no apparent reason. We'll see in time whether this is a significant update. Moving on again, amidst the complaint we saw for Vertigo recently, FM Pwn has teased new images for cache. The map can be seen as nearing its completion. I would not be surprised if it releases with a new skin collection anytime now. I am personally quite excited for this new iteration of cache. Onwards to our last headline, which is in relation to the GOAT of CSGO, Simple. Falcon played 4 games this week. These are the first games Simple have played since rejoining Falcon after a brief 1-game stint a few months back. Falcon proceeded to lose all 4 games, but Simple has performed well personally. Changes are very much expected with this team. What is probably surprising to see is that Simple, known for his explosive personality, seemed to have taken the losses well, even messaging on Telegram that it is not a big deal. Finally, let's look at our weekly craft idea. We have a fake hail this week that has been gaining in popularity. The underlying converter skin has risen in price by over 30% due to this craft. In order to replicate it, place a high heat sticker as the base, then 2 winding scorches to its right. After that, place a scorch loop on the bottom left, and a booming trail on the top left. Taking a look now at the skins market, we saw the market doing the inverse of last week again in the 5-week of seesaw of prices. This week, the portfolio of skins I have selected to represent the skin market has dropped by 1.65%. In trade volume, on Buff, we have seen a declining slope for both trade volume and value of trades. This is driven by the hype of the Armory Pass slowly dropping. A similar case can be seen for CS Float, although much less pronounced. Keep in mind that all transactions are collected for CS Float, but only trades above $2 are counted for Buff. Thanks again to iTrade.gg for providing this data. I have also included an affiliate link in the pinned comment for some free stickers, although I do want to clarify that this is not a sponsorship. Now, let's break the skin market movements down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, we saw some mixed results here, which is better off than the overall market declines. Higher tiered weapon skins fell in line with the overall market. Agent skins have finally experienced some declines this week as well. Number K and Rixor saw declines both over 6%. Last but not least, we saw affordable weapon skins showing a minor decline on average this week. Moving on, player numbers have remained relatively steady this week as expected. We also saw case unboxings slightly recover as people shift their focus back from the collections of the Armory Pass. Despite the steadying unboxing numbers, non-active case prices still dropped slightly. In particular, the Prisma 2 declined by 4.49% this week. Active case prices have done well comparatively. Only the Kilowatt case declined in this category. Let's now take a peek at this week's biggest winners and losers. The winners were made up of 2 low volume skins and the lucky sticker from last week's biggest losers list. Interestingly, the Ocean Foam, which was this week's biggest winner, trades up to the Fire Serpent. Its rise is likely driven by people trying for the trade up. This week's losers list, perhaps unsurprisingly, is made up solely of charms. Their prices have been crushed as more become tradable. I expect their prices to decline even further as weeks go by. Moving on now to the top trades of the week. The buff list is very mundane, as we only saw Emerald Butterflies as the top trades on the platform this week. Things become much more interesting on CS Float. Not only that we saw a top 20 float Pandora being sold for $50,000, we also saw a field tested 661 case hardened, as well as 2 Kato Challenger capsules making up the top 3 list. Reminder that the Challenger capsules is the one that contains the iBuyPower stickers, not the Titan. In game news this week, there were 2 updates consisting of predominantly bug patches. We saw hot fixes for bugs including grenade producing headshot sounds and decoy making sounds indefinitely. We also saw major results being embedded into the watch screen in-game, which is a nice addition. Moving on now to the pro scene. There were 2 tier 1.5 events this week. In the Thunderpick World Championship, we saw 4 teams promoted to the final to be played within a couple weeks. Whereas in the ESL Katowice Challenger, we saw 4 teams shown on screen making it to the playoffs set to be played after the video's release. In other pro scene news, OG benched Nexius, which is a surprising decision to me as they are part of the group to play in the Thunderpick finals in a couple weeks. Virtus Pro coach Disdain finally leaves the team after 5 months on the bench. And lastly, the Bleed squad officially disbands. I do wonder when Falcons will make a team change as their recent results have been very disappointing. Anyways, please like, share and subscribe, as well as check out my Discord server. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!